We are nearly at the end of the year. I've been working on a spreadsheet to put an age against the cars in my garage, the legendaries that is. I'm going to show you it and discuss the new additions this year. Hey, I'm Mike. Today is my first part of my wrap up for 2024 in Top Drives. It's the prequel to my 2024 review video. I'm going to show you a spreadsheet that I've been working on. That spreadsheet is a list of legendary cars I own in Top Drives. I've marked each car with a specific number of days that I've owned it for. With a quick formula, I can then work out the date I won the car or pulled it from a pack. Obviously, it's easier to find out the prize cars because I could look at old videos, but the unpacked cars need more investigation. In last year's review video, I put up a montage showing some of the best unpacked non-prize cars from throughout 2023. I will do the same this year, but I wanted a more accurate way of finding those cars, so I made a spreadsheet. This is that spreadsheet. It's just a list with a repeating formula. I've manually gone through each legendary car in my garage and wrote down the number of days I've owned it. That number is on the back of the cards. Using the date as a reference, I can then find out the month and year that car was added to my garage. I'm not so interested in the actual day, but since it's a basic calculation, I've included it. The formulas I've used to work out the date I acquired each car is on the screen now. You don't need to worry about it, but it helps explain how the spreadsheet works. Basically, the date I extracted, the days owned data, from the back of all the cards, is entered at the top of the spreadsheet. In the date, month and year cells, I have three slightly different formulas that use that date and the number of days I've owned the car and calculate the real date. Once the date is calculated, I cut and paste just the values back into the fields so they don't ever change in the future. Obviously, as new cars arrive, I can just manually add them in on the day I get them. Therefore, I shouldn't need those formulas in the future. Also, to keep the list clean, I've added a few columns to manipulate that date information. That's columns M to P. This helps me create the charts. Those charts aren't the most complicated, but I just wanted an overview of the legendary cars in a couple of simple graphs. 3 in fact. The first one is just a basic relationship between the number of prize cars that I've won in events and challenges versus the non-prize cars that I've pulled from packs. This data is current on the 22nd of December 2024. So on that date, I had 100 prize cars and 172 non-prize cars, totaling 272 legendary cars in my garage. This doesn't include cars that I fused away because they were duplicates, and I didn't need that duplicate. Graph 2 shows the relationship across the 4 years I've been playing Top Drives. I didn't win any prize cars in 2021, and at the moment, 2023 seems to be a better year for winning prize cars than 2024. The difference in the blue pillars has been affected by the more frequent big guaranteed legendary packs. In 2023, there was only really Black Friday offering those big packs. The other holiday packs were based around titaniums, which obviously don't guarantee you will pull a legendary. 2024 included a lot more guaranteed legendary packs during the 4th of July celebration and throughout the increased number of events and challenges. You can see that 4th of July pack opening clearly on my third bar chart, along with the 2 major Black Friday openings that I've made YouTube videos about. The peak in September 2022 was due to the rarity changes around the time of the World Expo update. I opened quite a lot of carbon fibre packs that were attached to the rarity changes just because I saw it as an opportunity to pick up some great cars that I didn't own. The orange bars are showing the prize cars I've won since my first win in early January 2022. It was actually the Horror Show Challenge from before Christmas 2021, but it took me the full 2 weeks to complete the challenge and claim the Aston Martin 177. Big win for me, and I also won the Alpha from the Christmas collection, which again I claimed in January. No prize cars in February, but it's been pretty steady since then, only missing out on a handful of wins each year. And that's my spreadsheet to analyse legendary cars in my Top Drives garage. I know it's not amazing, but I think it's a good exercise to do and I had a bit of time on my hands. What it does show is that in 2024 I did pull quite a lot of mediocre cars that I don't use a lot of. my top 3 cars that I've pulled from packs this year would probably have to be the red Radical SR8. It's been a massive asset this year. I pulled it in February and I regularly use it in all sorts of events. It is a great car. Also the Peugeot Proxima I've had since September and it's been very useful, especially after I maxed it for a tri-series. And my third best car pulled in 2024 is kind of crazy. I hate it with a passion just because its handling is so low, but I use it a ton. I use it so much. It's the Cadillac Lyriq. I know. I can't believe I'm saying those words. But it's 4-wheel drive, it's standardised, and it has high ground clearance. So it's really useful in the dailies and stuff like that. It hits event criteria all the time. That's it. That's the top 3. I hope you found this interesting. I wanted to create the spreadsheet as my garage is getting very large now, and I don't have the memory to remember each of the packs and wins over the last 4 years. I will keep it up to date, so hopefully it will be useful for each end of year video in the future. And well, of course, this year's video, which will be out in just a couple of days. Thank you for watching this video and the other ones. All those tri-series and challenge videos, all the tips and discussion videos, all of them. If you've watched any of my videos this year, thank you. This week it is Christmas week, and as I've said, that means I'm wrapping up the year. What has happened in Top Drives in my garage? I'll cover it all, month to month, in my review of 2024. Some of the cars from this spreadsheet will get expanded on in more detail, and I'll discuss what I had to do to get hold of them. Until then, get yourself out of here, we are done.